Mr. Funny and the Magic Lamp by Adam Roger Hargreaves. Mr. Funny lives in a teapot house. How a teapot house? How ridiculous, I hear you say, but it suited Mr. Funny right down to its spout. Now, one day last spring, Mr. Funny discovered an old trunk in his attic, which was under the lid. And in the trunk he found a carpet that gave him quite a surprise, for it was a magic carpet, a magic flying carpet. Mr. Funny was very excited. There and then he decided to go on a trip to see where the magic carpet would take him. So on that spring morning he set off on an adventure. Mr. Funny flew over Lazyland, where he woke up Mr. Lazy with a very loud raspberry and a funny face. Mr. Lazy laughed so much he fell out of bed. Mr. Funny and the magic carpet flew over Fatland, where Mr. Funny made Mr. Skinny laugh. He laughed so much he tripped over a daisy and dropped the breadcrumb he was carrying for his picnic lunch. And as they flew out of Coldland, Mr. Funny made Mr. Sneeze laugh. He laughed so much that he stopped sneezing. The magic carpet flew on and on. They flew over mountains and valleys and over the sea. Finally, they arrived in a desert. There was nobody there, nobody to laugh at Mr. Funny's funny faces. He was just about to leave when Mr. Funny saw something half buried in the sand. It was a lamp. What a grubby old lamp, he said to himself as he gave it a rub. Suddenly, with a clap of thunder and a cloud of smoke, a genie appeared in front of Mr. Funny, which was all very exciting, but what Mr. Funny noticed of all was how miserable the genie looked. Mr. Funny had never seen anyone look so unhappy. Master, said the genie glumly, I am the genie of the lamp, and I appear before you to grant you 3 wishes. To the genie's surprise, Mr. Funny pulled one of his famous funny faces, but the genie did not laugh. He did not chuckle. He did not even smile. Not a flicker. Oh dear, said Mr. Funny. It was going to take a bit more than a funny face to cheer up this genie. And then he thought, for my first wish, I wish for a piano-playing elephant, as you command, master, said the genie. And then, before you could say broken piano stool, a piano-playing elephant appeared before them. Mr. Funny roared with laughter. But it was not funny enough to make the genie laugh. He looked as glum as before. Mr. Funny had another thought. For my second wish, I wish for a mouse. And before you could say squeak, a mouse appeared. And as Mr. Funny, as you probably know, great big elephants are afraid of teeny tiny mice. The elephant trumpeted in fear and jumped onto the piano, which broke underneath the elephant's weight. Mr. Funny laughed with delight. Now that was funny, chuckled Mr. Funny. Not really, said the genie as he looked as unhappy as before. You are a gloomy fellow, said Mr. Funny. You would be too, said the genie, if you had to live in that lamp. It must be tight, admitted Mr. Funny. You can say that again, grumbled the genie. There is no room to even cough living in a lamp. I live in a teapot, a very comfortable teapot, mind you, said Mr. Funny, and then another thought struck him. For my third wish, I wish your lamp was a house. Before you could say, bring me a builder, the genie's lamp had turned into a house. The genie smiled. Only a flicker of a smile, but at least a smile. Now that's more like it, said Mr. Funny. Now how am I going to get this elephant back home? I know, I wish. I'm sorry, interrupted the genie. You've used up your 3 wishes. So Mr. Funny and the elephant had to squeeze onto the magic carpet for their ride home. It was quite a sight, rather funny in fact. So funny that the genie roared with laughter. The end.